18 weeks to Madiera. Welcome back to the video diary. So we are at the drawing board in my room here at my desk, and next to the notice board we've got another tag to put on the wall. We're up over 50, I think it's like 50 or 60 of these tags now. As a reminder, every session I do, I place one of these on the wall so I can then visually see how this is building up over time. I can see that that's it's like putting a brick in a wall. Now that they want us to actually put them on our wrists, initially it's harder to actually detach them, but yeah, it's really nice to look back and see what I've achieved. If nothing else, just the training that I've achieved is actually quite impressive. So that's on the wall now. Where are we going with this video diary this week? We have no major updates, just talking about training today, working through how I'm getting holidays and rest, and a bit about nutrition because I've not really talked about that much. So training today, as I mentioned in my last video diary, this Saturday was quite important because it's actually one of the few Saturdays I've got here in Norwich, and it's just a bit better to train in the morning. Hormonally it's better, it's quieter as well. Even just looking around, there was only one or two people in the javelin or the discus at any one point. A few people were kind of swapping in and out, or in the cage anyway, and really I should be making use of that. I didn't really get underway training until about 10:30, 11, and I could have easily have been there earlier had I not been trying to and failing to get a long lie. But yeah, there was an opportunity there to get some good throws in, because sometimes if you're training and there's 10 people there, you need to wait till the other 9 people go and do their throws, and then you can do yours. And it's good to keep it turning over, but in terms of dedicating a couple of hours on a Tuesday or Thursday night, you're really maybe 8 throws in or 10 throws in some ways before the end of it. So yeah, and just quickly throw wise, I'm trying to get in 20 throws on the shot, 30 on the discus, and 40 on the javelin before a decathlon. And I think that equates to like on the javelin I worked out like last week or the week before. I really want to be extending my throwing by about 4 meters, or something like that. So 40 throws, that's like 10 centimeters a throw, and obviously it doesn't work linearly like that. It's not like you're throwing consistently and it's just creeping up. You're throwing some really tough ones, and then as you start to get better, you start landing them, and you'll be leaping forward a meter, 2 meters at a time as you finally make a connection. And with the discus, it's a wee bit more gradual, but it's coming. Shot on Thursday, now Saturday, so Thursday, this time blindness thing's persisting, was frustrating but good. I got 10 or 11 good throws in, and I am making progress with the technique. Again, I was just doing standing throws, so I've been doing a slide and really kind of building up to it before the shot while I'm in competition. And I think that's the right thing overall, but really I need to be getting the technique down within the actual throw itself, never mind before what comes before. Yeah, and again with the long jump today, still getting the technique down, getting the run up better. I'm now using my left foot as a marker instead of the right. I'm making that transition because I think it's just too much to have markers on my right foot and then be trying to jump off the left. And the goal ahead of competition is to build up to like 14 or 16 steps. At the moment I'm doing 10 steps, and I just can't get the speed that I'd like to have. So that's good. Yeah, coach was giving me a bit more feedback on the long jump today. I will actually post at the end of this long jump video of where it's at. Not looking very powerful, not looking very athletic, but technically it's actually quite good. I'm making the right shapes, and it's coming together. And as I improve in my terms of my overall fitness, and actually work up to higher speeds, I can then execute those same basic components at higher speed, and then that's going to get me further, um, as I mentioned before. So that's good. Today again, we had a a longer kind of distance session. I made it clear that I really want to do something tough on Saturdays. I know I can sleep after and get a nap during the day, and it's not like I've got a operating theatre all day the following day where I need to be standing, I need to be focused. Uh, so we did that, just 200 meters with short rest. Lactate was slightly higher, so that was good. um, yeah, difficult. Really not coming in off a great amount of sleep over the last few days, and even this morning, as I was actually starting to get a lie-in. Somebody in this accommodation block decided it was the best time at 7:30 to start banging doors and hoovering and things. So, um, yeah, you really have to consistently plan in good rest, and on the assumption that it's not always going to work out. You can't say, "Oh, it's all right. I'm definitely going to get a good night's sleep on this particular night." You just need to have it consistently and plan for it to fail in some ways. So that's training. Training's still going. It's not going amazingly well. I'm not coming on leaps and bounds, but I need to put the hours in. I need to put the sessions in and trust the process, and that's what I'm doing. Again, we're just focusing on the 100 to the 400, and the 1500 is just going to be what it's going to be. Some of the lactate work that I'm doing there, some of the aerobic stuff is going to help. Yeah, good training with Conrad, the elite athlete that's competing at the moment. He's just competed and achieved easily over 7,000 points in his first senior decathlon. And yeah, it was really good to see the gent that I met, Sammy Ball, a few weeks back, competing in Goatsis. I think it's Goatsis. Last weekend, he said he was going over there for his first one of those, the hypo meeting, and he actually scored over 8,000. It's just really good to see that on these British athletes on Instagram, absolutely killing it. So yeah, it's a good lift. What else was I going to talk about before nutrition? Yeah, so let's just jump into nutrition. What would I normally have on a day like this? Well, I'd probably get up fairly early and try and have like a protein shake quite early, so that's something that can kind of pass through and it's not sitting in my stomach at kind of 11 o'clock when I'm doing the heavy stuff. And yeah, right before workout or during the workout, I'd often have some like intra workout powder mixed with water, not with milk. Um, and that's just kind of branched chain amino acids, really. So just like protein, very fine protein, very easy to digest protein, and water. Then afterwards, a really quick go-to meal, which I'll post as the kind of screenshot at the front of this video, is a mince, kind of bolognese with some kind of onions and peppers mixed through it. Sometimes like broccoli or spinach rather mixed through it, rocket, and some lentil chips on the side, and yeah, some more vegetables on the side. So I don't classify myself as gluten intolerant or any of those things, but I do try and have I don't have grains during the week, as I find I just digest. I think my digestion works best with just rice, and fibre. So still having like fruit and veg and stuff, and then maybe one day we could have like bread or pasta on a Sunday or Saturday night. And especially if I'm not doing anything on the Sunday, I can just digest all that. So yeah, that's again. I think I've mentioned this before. A diet plan called the Best Darn Diet for Natural Lifters, which I'll post a link to, and yeah, it's advocating for carbohydrate sources of potatoes, rice, and otherwise really vegetables and pulses. I do use kidney beans, and I I will often use rice cakes and lentil chips. So I'll get like a big bag of lentil chips, and I'll just have like naked burgers or lean meat with that on the side rather than other things. And I tend to use potatoes quite a lot as well. So last night I was out at the pub. I had some lean chicken with roast potatoes, and the hospital canteen. I'll often get like the meat option with potatoes on the side and vegetables. Um, so so those are my kind of staples. And yeah, I do. I It's easy to go from like really making stuff from scratch, really quite nutritious, to then going to fast food when you run out of that stuff. And I'm trying to balance it a bit in the medium, in the middle, um, with some stuff that's fairly nutritious but fast to make and often tends to be a bit more expensive. No, still not as expensive as the hospital canteen. Honestly, like a if you get like a drink and a meal there, it's like easily £10, and um, yeah, sometimes sometimes it's not even that great. Sometimes it is though. Some depends what's going. Um, but yeah, what would be examples of this kind of halfway house? Um, Ready to eat lean chicken that's marinated that you can just chuck in the microwave, and then you've got like chicken drumsticks. That's that sort of thing. Um, Already chopped onions, already chopped vegetables. So yeah, I'm a big fan of the 5 minute wonder where you just put some meat in the frying pan, you just pour in some veg and it cooks straight away. The kind of stir fry type thing. Um, yeah, that type of thing. Grated cheese that you can just sprinkle on top. You don't need to start slicing it, and you're washing up like washing boards and stuff. Or using different washboards for the cheese and for this the vegetables and stuff. You can just say, no, I'm just going to sprinkle stuff on top. Um, Peas. Sometimes the vegetables like frozen peas, and yeah, just put it in a cup with boiling water, and they're good to go. Um, Stuff like that. That's really quite. That's really quite. I'm setting myself up for success. I'm making it easy for me to make good decisions. Um, yeah. So, what's I think it's Dave Ramsey, the American finance guru. He says I put things in place in my life that makes it easy for me to do the smart thing. Um, yeah, and it's almost just that idea of you're turning up the kitchen, you're like, oh, I, it's easy to make the right choice here today. Other stuff that I would often use would be low alcohol beer. Um, Post workout particularly, try not to. I try not to have alcohol that might affect my sleep. Um, Heineken's, maybe 4 grams of carbs per 100 mils, so on a par with a light fizzy drink. So not 7 Up Zero, but not like Coke. And again, something like 0% Guinness, which is quite low glycemic load. You don't get a sharp sugar spike from that. I find those can be quite good to keep the carbohydrate flowing without necessarily having something that's alcoholic and also going to spike your blood sugar. So that's 14 minutes. Enough said on all that nutrition. I'm going to bank this for now. It's 18 weeks to Madiera. We've got our first decathlon coming up. Still feeling a bit heavy. Yeah, maybe next week I need to talk a bit more about a gut stuff and how to manage that. But for now, I just need to get some shut eye and get a really good relaxing day tomorrow. So, see you soon.